Today I'll be talking about how to make a database. This is what happens when you open up Microsoft Access. What you'll do is you'll press create a new database, and this will appear. This is what will happen when you input all the when you put in field ID. So you will put your customized name here. So over here I put in field name, and then data type. Data type allows me to select what goes into the overall database. For name of customer, I picked short text. This is so that I can type in the name that I need. For this, I picked the field size, so this is a maximum characters that are required. The reason I picked 30 is so that I can have a decent number of characters in there, depending on the length of the person's name. And for certain ones of them, I have something called validation rule. This will allow me to put in a certain number more specifically, so that it doesn't go over the number needed. This will save space on the database in general, so it will also prevent staff members from making mistakes. So before you move on to the main bit of the actual database, you just need to input all of these so you'll have the information sorted for the next bit of the database. These are quite easy to fill in, as you can tell. You just need to pick ones that you would like, validation rules. You just need to put certain numbers, for numbers, short text, time and date, things like that. So after you've filled this in, you can go to view database, view datasheet. This is where you'll be able to fill in the names of the customers for the hotel. Here, for these, some of these are required, so to be able to move on you need to fill out the entire room. So let's give an example. Here, the name is required and reservation number. Email address and date of birth is also required, so we know when the customer's born and things like that, so we'll know if they're over 18 whether or not they're allowed alcohol or anything like that, so it prevents the hotel from getting into trouble. Also, telephone numbers as well as room types, and a non-compulsory one is title, so you don't have to be put in for the title. So once you filled out all the customers' details and things that you need for the hotel, you can move on to create queries. This is the query I did for my one. This is whether or not the customer would like advertisement or not. Whether or not the customer needs to be contacted for advertisement isn't required, but it makes things easier for the hotel, so they know who wants to be contacted and who doesn't, because a lot of people may not want their information being used without their permission. To create a query, just go to here, create, and then you go query design. You go simple query. You pick which fields you want. For an example, let's go customer, reservation number, date of birth, and let's go see who's checked in. So then you press next. So then you go details, and then you can press summary, but it's easier just to press details as sure. So you can modify the query design, but it's also easier to just say open. Then you just put the name of the query, so check-ins, and then press finish. Then you press on check-ins, see who checked in on what date. This can show you who is checking in on what date and shows you when you need to prepare their hotel rooms for them. Queries allow me to see, narrow down information for specific things, so I don't have to keep scrolling through a long list of customer details, because currently I only have a few customers here. But if I had a database with hundreds of customers, this would be a lot more. It would be a lot harder to see what from what. The next thing I'll be showing you is how to create a prod. This is very simple to do. All you do is normally start from home, so you move to create, and then while you're on your query, you go report. This will create a simple report for you. This will give you an easier way to look at the check-in and outs. This is a very convenient way to print out the information and store it away if you need to. It's also another way you can present your findings within a meeting instead of having to worry about having to present it straight from the computer.